Right. You should be quiet. Hello, good folks of YouTube. You are all wonky. I wasn't planning on making a video today, hence you've got me as I am. Witchy, spot on the nose and all. You may have heard about the new Star Seller badges that Etsy are rolling out in September, and they announced it yesterday. It's the latest carrot. It's a little purple carrot, and to make matters worse, it's not even a carrot you can use. I'll come back to that. If you haven't seen it yet, just go to your shop dashboard and there'll be an announcement at the top saying introducing Star Seller, and you can see your progress, and I'm going to show you mine. Spoiler alert, I'm not going to get one. Right, come down here and you can see that there's 5 different types of criteria that Etsy want you to meet in order to get this badge. Can you tell I'm not impressed? Okay, your message response rate. Now, officially so far, what we know about this is that Etsy is referring to the first message that you get from someone and within a 24-hour period. So theoretically, you get a message from someone and you have to respond to that message within 24 hours, and any other corresponding messages after that, it doesn't matter. It's just the first one that they look for, apparently. But the Etsy forums are awash with people saying that they have been responding within the 24-hour period to all messages and they haven't hit that target. So it sounds like there's some bugs for Etsy to fix there. So we'll just say that that's the first hoop that you have to jump through, and already there are reports of it being a glitchy one. Good job, Etsy. The next one is the 5-star ratings. Yeah, that's kind of a given. We already knew that that was important. And so to the next one, on-time dispatch and tracking. Okay, if they don't change this, then I will never get this badge. Basically getting your orders out on time. I know I've done that. As I said, I've only had my shop reopened for the past month. I've made 4 sales. One of those was a digital download. That will never be easy for me to say. And that's instant, so that's not even applicable. And the remaining 3, the physical products, were these pouches that I make, and I sent them out the very next working day. It was, in fact, within 24 hours. Thank you very much, Etsy. But they weren't sent out tracked. And this is where Etsy has got glitchy again. It looks like they've assumed that everyone sends things out with tracking. Whereas here in the UK, for example, you can send things out standard post, standard delivery, or with tracking, but tracking is kind of extra and it costs a lot more. So to keep my postage costs down, I sent it as standard, and therefore there was no tracking information to include, so I didn't, and therefore they have given me a big fat 0. Great, Etsy, just great. So, like I say, unless they change this, I will never get a badge. There's just no point trying. And a lot of people have been reporting this in the forums as well. In fact, I did see one comment from a bloke who said that he had been sending things tracked through Royal Mail Post and had been entering in the tracking information, and it was still showing him that he hadn't hit that target. So more bugs for Etsy to fix there. And then we come on to the last 2 hoops. You have to have a minimum of 10 orders within a 3-month period and £200 worth of orders, or $300 I think that is. But this is interesting. Some sellers will probably have more of an issue trying to hit one of those than the other. For example, if you sell lots of something at a small price, you're going to hit the minimum order amount quite easily, but you're going to find it harder to hit the sales, the revenue threshold. Whereas because my items are priced slightly higher, I will probably find it easier to hit the revenue threshold than I will the minimum order threshold. That feels like it hasn't really been thought through, because it's assuming that there's a one-size-fits-all for sellers on Etsy, which we all know is not true. Right, so here are my personal thoughts on this so far. Because we can't use this badge in our marketing or reference it or anything like that, we have no bragging rights, essentially. It's more for Etsy. What do they get out of this? Well, I think it will help the search algorithm better match buyers with the right items, because at the moment Etsy is I mentioned in my last video, it's a beast, and I think it's gotten to the point that it's even too big for them to handle. So if they can have something which easily flags up the shops that hit all of their criteria. So it's like sending out a little beacon. If you can imagine a forest full of trees, it can be quite hard to identify one particular tree unless that tree has a light beacon that shines up, and then you can go from the air, you can go, aha, that one over there. I hope that makes sense. I think these badges will be used in that way. And I also think it's a way to boost figures and data for Etsy to report on. And I think the timing of this is quite sus as well. And the other thing that I don't quite like about this is that, well, the bar's set quite high. So for sellers to have to do all of this extra work and to get this little teeny tiny reward in return for 3 months, and then they have to start all over again, it just, I don't think it's the carrot that Etsy thinks it is. Put it this way, Etsy, if you want me to do that much more work for you, you're going to have to dangle a much better carrot in front of me. At least let me brag about it to people, otherwise what is the point? And I guess the last thing we have to wait and see is just how much it's going to impact us if we don't have one. Is it going to be worth selling on Etsy if you don't get these in the future? Don't worry about it, because regardless of what it does mean in the future, it's not going to have any impact on us right now. And if anything, you can just sit back and laugh at Etsy while they try and figure everything out. All right. That's it from me and my witchy spot. I will come back again next week with a proper video. See you next week. Bye.